What's going on, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Another quick video. So I made a video yesterday, quickly discussing Luis Ortiz and Dillian White if they were to fight. We know Dillian White called him out, and then Luis Ortiz took the challenge. Right? Eddie Hearn's not much of a fan. He rather White stay on track and fight Povetkin when he's ready. Cool. So I made a video. I made a poll discussing it, and I read a few comments of people saying that they would rather see Andy Ruiz fight Luis Ortiz, which is also a great fight. All right, I've talked about this fight too, possibly for the PBC. Now look, I'm cool with Andy Ruiz fighting Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, Dillian White, or any top heavyweight right now. I'm cool with that. He's supposed to be coming back and fighting Chris Arreola. Whatever, cool. I have no problem with any of these fights. Chris Arreola, not really excited about that. At least not right now at this point, because Chris he's kind of past it, He'll bring a good fight, though. At least the fight won't be boring. We know it won't be boring because Chris always brings a good fight regardless. But he's been around a lot longer than the rest of these dudes, all right? But long story short, the thing that sets Andy Ruiz apart from every other top heavyweight and all of the guys that lost this year or last year, Dillian White lost, Deontay Wilder lost, Adam Kownacki lost, Luis Ortiz lost. I mean, he came back and won a fight, but he didn't really get no rounds in like that. He did lose to Deontay Wilder. He looked good, but he ended up losing too. So a lot of guys lost recently. You know what I'm saying? The difference between Andy Ruiz, though, and all the rest of the fighters is that Andy Ruiz wasn't really prepared in that Joshua rematch. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Anthony Joshua, because he was fully prepared for that fight. He slimmed down. His stamina was good. He moved well. He kept that jab. You know what I'm saying? It was good boxing. But Andy Ruiz was clearly overweight, and he really didn't prepare like he was hungry. He made a lot of money in that first fight. He made a lot of money in the rematch too. And the difference with him and everybody else's loss is that everybody else lost, but they look normal. They look like themselves. It just wasn't their night, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Ortiz, when he lost to Wilder in that rematch, he was in the best shape that he can be at his current age. He slimmed down, looked real fit. He boxed really, really well leading up to the knockout. And he did what he had to do. Kownacki, he got knocked out. Wasn't expected, but I guess taking all those punches just finally caught up to him. I don't want to go over everybody, but you guys get the picture. Dillian White came, even though he lost to Povetkin, he dropped Povetkin 2 times before that knockout came. The knockout kind of came out of nowhere. He was boxing well. He was winning the fight. So Andy Ruiz, big question mark behind him, because we just don't know how motivated he really is at this point. I would love to see him fight Luis Ortiz, man, or any of these guys. But I just don't know how hungry is he at this point in the game, Making all that money is like, damn, once you take a loss, he gave the loss away. I think Joshua was going to win anyway. But, if Andy Ruiz was hungry, right, and he had a full camp of preparation, he would have gave Joshua a harder fight. Even in defeat, he would have gave him a much harder fight. He basically almost got swept in that rematch. So if he had gave him like the same kind of fight he gave Joseph Parker, it might have been a much closer fight, or the outcome might have been different. So I'm cool. I'm cool with all of these fights. Cool with any of these fights. I want to see him back in the ring. I would love to see him fight Luis Ortiz. I would love to see that fight, but I don't want to see him fight anybody unless he's motivated. And we won't know that until his very next fight. whoever he faces. If it is Chris Arreola, cool. But we got to see something different. We can't see him coming up. Now, I mean, we've already heard reports that he's already going to be, planning on slimming down a lot more. I forgot the amount of weight that he's going to be, he's actually, I think they are like predicted him to be, I think there was like a report that came out recently about him being like maybe like 20 pounds lighter than he was in the Joshua rematch. Cool. Whatever it is, I hope he's really prepared, because going into the Joshua rematch, we heard a lot of things. We saw Photoshop pictures and everything of him being, weighing a lot less, looking cut up. It didn't look good for Joshua. In the rematch, I was kind of nervous about that rematch. But then when he came in at the weigh-in, being so heavy, it was like, damn, Then we found out that he didn't really prepare. So, look, I'm all good with Andy Ruiz. I really, really like him. And I've been a fan of him for a long time. Like way before even fighting Joseph Parker, I was a fan of Andy Ruiz. I just hope he gets it back together. I don't know how you become motivated when you make so much money in such a short period of time. It wasn't expected. And when you take a loss like that, when you pretty much gave the fight away, and then, it's just like you don't really seem to really care like that. I just don't know with him. Like he has a lot of potential, but is he really motivated? I don't think he was motivated like the rest of these guys. Dillian White, Luis Ortiz, all these guys. I don't think he's as motivated as them, So he's just going to have to prove us wrong, prove me wrong at least. And the other naysayers, because a lot of people don't feel the same way, especially a lot of people, his own people, a lot of Mexican boxing fans, he really let them down too. So I just want to see how he is, man, before we really start just putting them up. I mean, I would love to see him fight all of these people. I just don't know how good is he going to be. Hopefully he's just not going in there just to take another check, because it's easier to lose when you lost for the first time. A lot of people feel that way. Not every fighter is like that, but a lot of fighters are like that. Like when you lose the first time, unless you, like most people really consider you to be the best or one of the best, you may not really be motivated to come back, especially when it's life-changing money like that, So we have to wait and see, but I don't know. I saw a lot of comments. I read a lot of comments. I've been reading the polls, the comments you leave in the polls and under my videos, of course. And it just kind of made me, my mind was just running just now. I'm in here just wrapping up some gifts, getting them ready for Christmas. And I was just thinking about Andy Ruiz, and I was like, you know what, let me just make a quick video. All right, but anyway, I'll try to throw out some content maybe tomorrow, going up to my dad. So if I have time between, tomorrow and Christmas Day, I'll throw something out there if I have time. If not, hope all of you guys have a happy holidays, whatever it is you celebrating. Enjoy yourselves, enjoy your family. Whatever it is, if you have to work and grind, do whatever you got to do. Whatever you're doing out there, man, stay safe, be healthy. All right, and I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace.